Welcome to Big Red Leads. I'm Big Red, getting you and your business back to the black. How are you doing today? Would you come and help me move my couch? Would you come and help me paint another room? Probably not. Now, what are we talking about today? I asked you those questions. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. We're talking about boundaries today. We're talking about doing things out of the kindness of your heart. You're doing it because you actually want to do it. Now, for all the couples out there or who watch this and understand this, or maybe you don't understand this or don't get this, if I'm giving my woman a massage, it's because I want to. It's not because I was asked to do it. I'm not a masseuse. I don't get paid to give massages, even though my massages are magical. Now, that being said, you need to know what boundaries are. You really need to know what boundaries are. And understand that what I'm doing at whatever time, if you have respect, if you have respect for a friend, if they're doing something, they're engaged in something, they're in the middle of something, doesn't matter what it is, and you ask them to come and do something, they don't have to necessarily say yes. To be honest with you, I wish more people would say no to a lot of things. That's me, though. The reason I'm saying that is because there needs to be a level of respect and understand that just because you're dealing with something and you're dealing with a situation does not necessarily mean I'm going to drop everything I'm doing to come and help you. Especially if it's a menial task, something that can be done a little later. What you got going on does not dictate to me what I need to be doing. Now, understand it. When it comes to this, you need to take, if a situation like that arises, you need to take a real deep look at that relationship. Is that what your relationship is based on? Whether it's a friendship, a relative, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Whatever your scenario is, you need to take a deeper look at that situation. How did it get established? How has it become I have become a servant to this person? Because if that's what your relationship is based on, you're not really friends at all. At all. This person doesn't respect your time and definitely doesn't respect you. And they are constantly devaluing your time for theirs. So, I'm gonna give you a real good example. Me and this person are no longer friends because it was a series of these things. I had conditioned him to thinking that it was sweet when it wasn't. This was somebody I considered a friend. Most people are associates. It's another thing that I learned. I was a lot younger. At the time, I was studying to get my insurance license, and I had online courses and quizzes. My then girlfriend at the time understood, and she would not disturb me if I was engaged in something else. My friend proceeds to come over to the house. I was about halfway through. It was like a 40-minute quiz. I remember it vividly, like it happened yesterday. The significance of me getting my insurance license would double my salary. So this means something. This that meant something. It meant something to me, my family at the time. I had two young children at the time, so it meant a lot. Mind you, I'm downstairs in my office in the middle of this quiz. My girlfriend's upstairs. She's watching TV. He comes over. People will come over my house all the time, so I didn't have an issue with that. But I told her that I would be busy, so if anybody came over, just tell them to chill out for a little bit and I'll be done. I literally heard her word for word. They're literally right above me. Right above me. I heard her word for word. He should be done in about 15, 20 minutes. You just want to hang out? Just hang out. Less than a minute later, this fool proceeds to come downstairs and ask me to help him move a couch. I still had about 13, 14 minutes left on this timed quiz. And mind you, I can't take these quizzes back to back days. I'm studying to get my insurance license. So I proceeded to tell him no. The look on his face said everything. If I could go back with what I know now, that relationship would have ended that day. I proceeded to tell him no. The look on his face wasn't disappointment, wasn't necessarily anger, but like he was disgusted with the fact that I told him no because I wouldn't come and help him move a piece of furniture out of his living room. Mind you, he lives right down the street from me. You couldn't wait 15 more minutes? What it says is he didn't value my time. He didn't respect me. And if you are moving that way, understand that you have been conditioning these people to behave a certain way around you, thinking that he could just come in and ask me and I would drop everything. Now, mind you, obviously, over the previous years, I probably did that and not even realized it. So I came into this knowledge. I came into this wisdom about valuing my own time, valuing who I am, respecting myself enough to say no. He didn't like it, and I don't care. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it out of the kindness of my heart. If he was to tell me, if he told me a day before, like, yeah, bro, I got somebody coming over to buy my couch, I might have said, you know what? I tell you what. The type of friend that I was at that time with that particular person, I'll come help you move it out. I have this to take care of. But after I'm done with that, I'll come help you move it. I would have easily said that. But I needed to make sure that it was understood. Boundaries need to be set so people don't put themselves in a scenario of what could be something that could easily have gone left. Needless to say, several scenarios like that, a few more scenarios happened like that, and I told him no every time, and the friendship kind of fizzled out. But my respect for myself matters a little bit more than moving a piece of furniture. For yourself, it should be the same. Now, I'm not saying that it's 100 absolute all the time, but I want you to really examine that. Like, who am I? Or what does that say? That scenario in particular, what does that say about me? What does that say about him? What does that say about our relationship? It wasn't as strong as later on, I got a better understanding of it and diagnosed it, analyzed it, broke it down. Our relationship was based on the fact that he was friends of a friend of mine. And we just became cool. Not cool enough. I want you to think about that. Think about that. Think about that the next time you experience something like that. Because we allow these people in our lives. But once they're in our life, you condition them by tolerating and allowing that type of behavior to continue It's going to be abused. It's going to be abused. Now, is that 100% of the time? No, because there are plenty of people who are in my life who they value my time, just as I value their time. They got something going on, I ask if they need help, and vice versa. So, I'm going to end this video. Once you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If this information has been helpful, I want you to really think about that. If you're going to do something for someone, do it out of the kindness of your heart. You shouldn't want anything back in return for your service, for your assistance. You shouldn't want anything back. You know, it's one thing to say, hey, can you do me a favor? But it's another thing to ask someone and then get upset with them when they tell you no. You don't own the rights to my muscles to move your couch. Love you all. Have a great day. I know for a fact that this message will help, because we allow too many people to take advantage of our kindness, not realizing that they are disrespecting you every time they do it, and you're allowing it. Love yourself enough to say, I can't do that, or no. Have a great day, my friends. Love you all. Peace.